Welcome back to another video. I am Scott, and in this one we're going to go over the NBA, the return after the All-Star break, February 22nd, and we're going to analyze the odds real quick. Um, as far as where the money is going, as you can see on the screen, we got the opening odds, the current odds, as well as the midday odds. The midday odds are the ones on the left of the current ones right here. We're going to go over the NBA real quick for February 22nd. These are the current odds: minus 105, minus 115. Of course, they could change up until kickoff when the Sharps really put their money in. The Sharps are the heavy betters. And in this one, we're going to go over this real quick. The games for February 22nd in the NBA. We're just going to analyze the odds in this game and where the money is going. All right, the Nets versus the Raptors. As you can see, the odds are on the screen. I get them from OddsShark and get the betting trends from different sources online. The where the money is going, pretty much. And this one is OddsShark. We're going to go over this real quick. The opening odds on your left, that is the one you use to decode for the most part. In this one, we're not going to decode. We're just going to analyze the odds. But we are going to factor in the opening odds in this one. All right. As you can see, the current odds are positive 105. And it went to negative 105 for the Nets. Negative 125 for the Raptors to negative 115 for the Raptors. And this is an indication of, and with the Nets getting most of the bets in this one, it is a tremendous indicator that they could win this game. Basically, the sportsbooks go from losing money to gaining money, as you can see right here. And we are going to, as far as the money line, should be pretty easy to figure out. With the Nets getting most of the bets, the odds changing to the Nets in the negative. They could actually gain here over the Raptors in this one. As far as the right up to game time bets. But it depends on where the Sharps go in. If the Sharps put more money on the Raptors, the Nets could easily win this game. Still, Toronto's favored 1.5 points on the spread, 231 in the total currently. But as you can see on the screen, we're going to go over where the money is going. Nets, percentage of bets 46%, 54% for the Raptors, 37% of money for the Nets, 63% for the Raptors. This is for the spread. Moneyline, percentage of bets 72% for the Nets, 28% for the Raptors. Percentage of money on the money line, 58% of the Nets, 42% of the Raptors. Total percentage of bets over 35%, under 65%. Percentage of money over 35%, under 65%. The same currently. Picks will be filled out on Patreon, link in the description and in the video, which is why they hadn't been filled out yet. But next one. All right, Pistons versus the Pacers. Opening odds, positive 520, negative 714 for the Pacers. I also get these from OddsShark. As you can see, these are the current odds right here I have on my right, which is why they're different from the beginning and midday odds right here. And these are the final odds. These are the current odds, I should say, up until a couple hours before game time. All right. And as you can see here, positive 520, negative 714, positive 460, negative 675, positive 500, negative 750. Pistons to Pacers. Pacers obviously heavier favorites in this game. Pistons are one of the lowest teams in the league. Pacers are one of the hottest teams trending right now. And they did win that tournament. They lost to within one game of the Lakers in that tournament in December. But let's go over where the money is going. Then we're going to go back to the odds. 43% of bets on the spread for the Pistons. 57% for the Pacers. Percentage of money on the spread. Spread is at Indiana. 12-point favorites currently. 30% of money going to the Pistons on the spread. 70% going to the Pacers. Moneyline percentage of bets, 4% for the Pistons, 96% for the Pacers, 81% of money for the Pacers, 19% for the Pistons. Percentage of bets total, over 58%, under 42%. Percentage of money, over 55%, under 45%. And as you can see here, the odds have increased. This should be an easy pick'em game for this one. This game should be more about the spread than the money line in this one. The money line should be quite obvious. Them getting most of the bets and the odds keep increasing, as well as the underdog is increasing as well, which tells you that the favorite more than likely could take this one. But as far as the spread, this 12 points favorite for the Pacers, they're not significant favorites on the percentage of bets, but where the money is, they're getting 70% of the money. So it might be a safe bet to go with the underdog on this one. Totals at 46.5 points. Over is getting most of the bets on that. Look out for that. Pacers do score a lot of points. It'd be a safe bet to bet the over in this one. Let's go with the next one. Knicks versus 76ers. All right, odds are on the screen. Start at -106. Once again, I get them from here. Odds Shark. It'll tell you the opening and the current. And they change throughout the day as the sports books change the odds. 106 to 110 for the opening. Current, 105 to 115. And even more current, more recently, positive 100 for the Knicks. Underdogs, -120 for the 76ers. All right. Eagles, 1-point favorites currently. Totals at 228. Percentage of bets, 40% going to the Knicks. Eagles, 60%. 38% going to the Knicks of the money. 62% going to the 76ers. 25% going to the Knicks on the money line. 75% going to the 76ers. 31% of the money on the money line going to the Knicks. 69% going to the 76ers. Over 228 is getting 82% of the bets. Over 228 is getting 83% of the money. Under getting 17 of the money. Under getting 18% of the bets. So, because the total is so low, there's today's NBA. So the total is so low, so it's easy to bet the over in this one. Could be a trap, but always make sure you know what the cost is. As you can see right here with the most current, still at 110. Of course, that could change. That's just how the extra $10 the sportsbooks use to make their money based off $100 bets. Just the basis of it. And yeah, Eagles, 76ers, excuse me, obviously huge favorites in this one. They're also favorites on the spread, obviously favored by a point. This is a pick'em game. They're only 1-point favorites, the 76ers. And yeah, as this increases, New York Knicks become underdogs. Should be an easy pick, considering that the 76ers are not huge. They're not tremendous. They're not over 80%. And more than likely, it's going to even out. They will decrease in percentage of the money line. But yeah, let's continue. Once again, we're just analyzing the odds. We're not doing any gematria today. Magic versus Cavs. All right. Odds are on top. We'll go over that in a minute. Cleveland, 7.5-point favorites. 215.5. A low total for this one. 60% of the bets on the spread going to Cleveland. 40% going to Magic. 38% of the money going to the Magic. 62% going to the Cavs. Percentage of money line 6%. Cleveland 94%. Percentage of money Orlando 23%. Cleveland 77%. Total percentage of bets over 90%. Under 10%. Percentage of money over 93%. Under 7%. Over getting, obviously, with such low total, it might be safe to bet the unders in the last two games. Could be a trap. More than likely, one of them will go over. Over is getting most of the bets. They could make a ton of money either way. The sports was going to make a ton of money. With the totals, which is why I don't focus on totals as much. but the over 93% and over 90% here. Key factors in this one. Heavy going to the over. Orlando started as positive 310. Cavs minus 385. Plus 215 for Orlando. Minus 260 for Cleveland. Plus 235 for the Magic. Minus 285 for Cleveland. In this one, currently the odds are increasing for both teams. And with the favorite at home, easy pick'em game for this game. It wouldn't benefit the sports books to go with the underdog in this one on the line. But yeah, let's go to the next one. Suns versus Mavericks. All right. We'll go over the odds in a minute. Mavericks favored by 2. 245 is the total. 60% of the bets on the spread going to Phoenix. 40% going to Dallas. 58% of the money going to Phoenix. 42% going to Dallas on the spread. Moneyline, 23% going to Phoenix. 77% going to Dallas. 34% of the money going to Phoenix. 66% of the money going to Dallas. Over under 245. Over 34%. Under 66% of the bets. Percentage of money 26% going over. Under 74%. So Dallas favored heavily on the money line currently, but not on the spread. Suns are winning that. So this is one of those toss-up games currently. 110 started. Positive 110 for Phoenix. Minus 130 for Dallas. Currently, midday, plus 120. Minus 140. Midday. Then it went down. Plus 105. Minus 125. And so with Dallas still getting most of the bets on the line, if this continues to decrease, if the odds continue to decrease up until game time, look to go the opposite. If it increases, especially beyond this 150, minus 150, negative 150, definitely go with the Mavericks in this one. If it increases beyond, definitely beyond this 140, but definitely if it reaches 150, go with Dallas in this one. As it currently stands, underdog might get it on the road. Clippers versus Thunder. All right. Percentage of, well, the odds are on the top. 117, 139. That's opening. But let's go over where the money is going. The spread is at minus 1.5 points. 235.5 is the total. Spread percentage of bets. Clippers 59%. Thunder 41%. Percentage of money. Clippers 59%. Thunder 41%. Same thing. Money line percentage of bets 34%. 66% going to the Thunder. Percentage of money 65% going to the Clippers. 35% going to the Thunder. Total percentage of bets over 23%, under 77%. Percentage of money over 38%, under 62%. And yeah, as you can see here, let's go over the odds. Positive 117 for the Clippers, minus 139 for the Thunder. Then midday, plus 110, minus 130 for the Thunder, minus 105, minus 115. So they're both in the negative as it currently stands. Clippers have gone down. Well, both teams have gone down progressively, which tells you you might want to go with the original opening underdogs in this one. They're favored on the spreads, 59. Well, where the money is going. Thunder are favored on the spread at minus 1.5 points. And the Clippers are getting most of the money, obviously, in this one. But Thunder are getting most of the bets. As far as the over-under, 77%, under 62%. Yeah, I would fade the public in this one. As far as the total, I'd fade them. But back to the money line. Both teams continue to decrease in odds. It wouldn't make sense for the sports books to continue to have the favorite lose money in favor of the underdog who's going to win, unless they are massive, massive favorites, which they are not in this one. They're under that 150. And yeah, I would go the opposite way. I'd go the dog in this one. I would go the dog in this one. Could be a trap, but depending on where the money is going. If this were to flip, 66% for the Clippers, 34% for the Thunder, you might want to go with the favorite. That's the only indicator I see why you wouldn't go with the dog in that one. On the road. Celtics versus Bulls. Always beware of home favorites. Celtics versus Bulls. Odds are on top. We'll go over that in a minute. Boston is 8.5 point favorites currently. 226 is the total. Percentage of bets on the spread. Boston 71%. Bulls 29%. Boston 79% of the money on the spread. 21% of the money on the 21% of the money on the spread of the on the spread, where the money is going. Money line, 92%. Celtics, 8%. Bets on the Bulls. Percentage of money line, 90%. Cleveland, Chicago, messed it up here. 10% for the Bulls. Percentage of bets on the total. Total's at 226. Overs are getting 83% of the bets, 88% of the money, and of course 17 and 12% of the under. All right, low. Celtics are playing with a low total. Could be a trap on this total I'm looking at. But let's go with the odds real quick. Boston 286 opening, midday 310 currently. 360, they have gone, they have increased. Both have increased. The underdogs have gone. The Bulls, 235 to 255 to 280. And in this one, look out for the. It was pretty easy. As Boston is getting most of the bets in this one. And they keep decreasing in odds. Not too significantly, but they keep decreasing in odds for some reason. And that is an indicator they will win this game. The favorites will win this game. But not by much. I would go with the dogs at home on the spread. 8.5 points with a low 226. They might go under in that one. Fade the public in that one as well. Rockets versus Pelicans. Odds on the screen. The current odds don't have any extra because it hasn't changed. The odds haven't changed from midday to now. They haven't changed. They've only changed from opening to current. The Pelicans are 7-point favorites. 229.5 is the total. Let's go over to where the money is going. 31% of the bets on the spread going to Houston. 69% going to the Pelicans. 29% of the money going to Houston. 71% going to the Pelicans on the spread. Moneyline percentage of bets, 5% going to Houston, 95% of the bets going to the Pelicans, 11% of the money on the money line going to Houston, 89% going to the Pelicans. Total percentage of bets, totals at 229.5. Over is getting 76% of the bets, 24% going under. Over getting 83% of the money, 17% going under in this one. All right. Opening, it goes from 240 to 294. Well, 240 to 294 for the Pelicans. 220 for the Rockets to 270. So it goes from 240 to 220. They decrease, as well as the Pelicans, 294 to 270. Should be a very consistent result in this one. Pelicans at home coming off the break. Should be easy results in this one. Go with the favorites. You should be safe. All right, Hornets versus Jazz. Hornets versus Jazz. All right. All right. Odds are on top. 9.5-point favorites for the Jazz over the Hornets. 228.5 is the total. Percentage of money. Percentage of bets on the spread, 37%. 63% of bets going to the Jazz. 48% of the money going to the Hornets on the spread. 52% going to the Jazz on the spread. Utah is favored at 9.5 points on the spread, against the spread. Once again, 5% going to the Hornets. 95% going to the Jazz. Percentage of money, 23% going to the Hornets. 77% going to the Jazz. Total percentage of bets, over gets 19. 228.5 is the total. Under is getting 81% of the bets. Percentage of money, 33%. Under gets 67%. Not a coincidence. And why the under is getting most of it. These are not high-flying offenses, per se. And could surprise you in this one. The total could surprise you in this one, especially where the money is going. 460 to 360 to 330 is where the Hornets end up. 625 negative, negative 500 to negative 440. So they have actually decreased. This could be a trap game in this one. This could be a trap game, especially with Utah getting 95% of the bets. That's crucial. But also, the key point in this one is that the Hornets have decreased as well at a steady pace. So don't just jump on the underdog in this one. Do your analysis. Where's the money going currently? Up until whatever you bet. 95% of the bets they're getting. 77% of the money. So they're getting significant amounts. The Jazz are. And they're getting favorites on the spread. So, I don't know. Might be a good idea to go. Let's see. They're not significant favorites on the spread. They're 9.5 points. That's a sizable difference. Look to go with the dog in that one. This is the first game after the All-Star break, so look for a lot of surprises. Wizards versus Nuggets. All right, where's the money going? 15-point favorites are the Nuggets at home against the Wizards. 232 is the total. 66% going to Washington. 34% of the bets on the spread going to Denver. 71% going to Washington on the spread. 29% going to Denver. They're 15-point favorites. That's noticeable. That's sizable in this one. Scroll down. 15.5-point favorites now in this one. 32.5. So they've actually increased. We go ahead and increase these as well. They have increased. All right. Denver's getting most of the money too. 97% of the bets. 92% of the money. Total. People are picking under the 232.5. 79%. 78% going under that. Bets to money. So it's pretty consistent across the board. People don't expect Denver to win by that many points. But this one could be a trap game considering, look at the odds. The current 1,500 to 775 at the top. It went from 900 to 1,677 to 750 to 1,400. They did that to temper where you place your bets. Obviously. Denver getting most of that money in this one on the line especially. Washington's getting the money on the spread. This one seems too obvious and too good to be true. If you were to pick the favorite, that minus 1,500 they increased, and it might increase even more. But yeah, that's where that's going. Um, if you want a payday, you might want to go with the Wizards. Nuggets are obviously the safe pick, as well as the Wizards on the spread. But pay attention to where the cost is going. As you can see, the Wizards are minus 115, and the under is getting minus 115, as they're getting most of the bets. Washington's getting most of the bets, minus 115. So it might hold up. Favorite might win. Washington might win the spread. They would make a killing. They can make a killing with that game, but they could make even more of a killing if you go with that plus 775. Where is that gone? That's 775. Yeah, that's increased. Okay. So it went up, down, and up for both of them. Consistency. Could be a trap game with that 1500. That's steep for a professional game. But let's go to the Spurs and Kings. All right. San Antonio. Sacramento, 9-point favorites. We'll go over the odds in a minute. 240.5 for the total. Percentage of bets on the spread, 9-point favorites for the Kings. 39% going to the Spurs, 61% going to the Kings, 40% going to the Spurs, 60% going to the Kings. San Antonio percentage of bets, 4% going to the Spurs, 96% going to the Kings. Moneyline percentage of money, 24% going to the Spurs, 76% going to the Kings in this one. Over under 240.5. Bets are getting over 65%, under 35%. Money is getting 40%, under is getting 60%. And this is all from Sports Betting Dime. That's where I get, and it averages out the sports books. That's how I get the percentage of where the money is going. But let's go over the odds real quick. 540 to 769. 315 to minus 420 in this one. As far as the opening to current. So for the underdog, it goes from 540 to plus 315. Underdog, it goes from negative 796, 769 to minus 420. Let's see. The Spurs could sneak, but they wouldn't have gone this far down. Went down over 200 points from their opening. This will more than likely stay consistent. Favorites will more than likely win this one. Nothing too crazy. Nothing noticeable like it was with the 1500 in the Nuggets game. Nothing to really go by here. Over-under is pretty much even as far as bets to money. 240.5. But yeah, we'll see where this turns out. And yeah, favorites more than likely will have this one. More than likely will have this one. But look out for that other narrative as far as the Wembanyama narrative and all that. He'll more than likely have a big game, tighten up that spread. It would be a safe bet to go with the Spurs on the spread in this one. Kings on the line. Go with the Lakers and the Warriors. Let's see, are we at the end? Yep. All right. Lakers and the Warriors. Final game of the day. Bet or odds we'll go over in a minute. Warriors are 6-point favorites. 242 is the total. 48% of the bets go on the spread going to the Lakers. 52% of the money of the bets, going to the Warriors. Money, Lakers are getting 59% of the spread. Money, Warriors getting 41%. Money line, percentage of bets, 22% going to the Lakers, 78% going to the Warriors. Percentage of money, 40% going to the Lakers, 60% going to the Warriors. Over under total set at 242. 80% going to the over, 20% going under. Over getting 87% of the total, 13% going under in this one. Percentage of money, that is. Now, in this one, odds positive 104, negative 122, positive 185 to negative 225, positive 195 to 235. So it's increasing for both teams, so there's consistency here. I would say this. It is a safe pick to go with the Warriors. Would obviously be the safe pick, obviously, as their favorites, and they're over 200%. And they are getting most of the bets. But the Lakers are getting the money on the spread. Let's see where the money is on the spread. How much is the cost? Okay, the Warriors are getting most of the money on the spread. What I mean by that is this 115. That's the cost of it. Basically, if you won $100, you would have to pay $115. That's what that means. All right. What's critical in this one is this 59% to this 48%. Significant difference. 60% for the Warriors, 78% for the Warriors as far as the bets and the money in the bets. In this one, a safe pick would be the Warriors, but the Lakers could sneak. As Golden State, if Golden State keeps getting most of the bets and the money, the Lakers will more than likely win this game. But as it stands, the Warriors will more than likely be the safe pick because it's consistency in the odds throughout the day. They increase as they increase, they decrease as they decrease, but they're increasing. So, yeah. Yep, that's what I would do. If you want my official picks, go with my Patreon. No gematria today. We'll continue that later. But yeah, it's nice to be back in the NBA. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. And with more gematria next time with the Friday edition of the NBA. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. I've been Scott. Pray every day.